Now, what we have to do is we have to devise a system or a plan for ourselves. And I said earlier that each one of you is a system. And everything that you do, every thought that you think, either you are supporting white world terror domination by your actions, what you buy, what you wear, where you go, what you eat, how you use your time. You are either supporting the white people in their process of death, or you're for African liberation. It's one or the other. And if we don't use our time wisely, then we are engaging in a form of subtle suicide. Because as I said earlier, their system is still going on. They still have these images on TV that are going on. They're still warehousing our children in the special ed, giving them Ritalin. There are no jobs. We fill in the hospitals. So their system is not stopping. And then finally, I want to say that we need one idea. And we're not thinking about a solution to the problem. We're dealing with all these other things, but these are diversions from the solution to the problem. And we have to start to think about a solution problem so that these young brothers and sisters who are here now, who are 15, 16, and 17, are not here 25 years later talking about these same problems. Now, how do I know that the white people know that we are going to come up with a solution to the problem? I know it because they have scans, they have what they call racial profiling, DNA banks, and they're monitoring our people to try to prevent the one person coming up with the one idea. And the one idea is how we are going to exterminate white people, because that, in my estimation, is the only conclusion I have come to. We have to exterminate white people off of the face of the planet to solve this problem. Now, I don't care whether you clap or not, but I'm saying to you that we need to solve this problem because they are going to kill us. And I will leave on that. So we have to just set up our own system and stop playing and get very serious and not be diverted from coming up with a solution to the problem. And the problem on the planet is white people.
It's hard to follow that one. You can get as black as you want. I don't know if you can get that.
Every one of us will die. And every one of us who's black will be faced by our ancestors who were slaves. And the first question they're going to ask us is, what did you do with your freedom to free other black people? But not ask us, did white people kill us? Because white people killed them. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have time for racial fanaticism. We are in a country that is trying to destroy us in every way possible, and we must use every weapon that we can think about, and we must create new ones. But in the interim between if your lifespan is not spent empowering yourself politically, economically, and psychologically, then don't blame white people, because the only person guilty is you. I laid out a plan, and some would say, well, that's a digression. What are you doing to empower people like you? What are you doing to fight for them? Because I assure you, our ancestors who were slaves will ask you that as soon as they welcome you wherever you're going after you leave here.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast on the forecast. Can you hear me clear, Cassandra?
Absolutely.
Good, good. How you doing? Shouts out to Matron in the building. I appreciate you for coming through, Matron. Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to her and listen to her readings. That was a good reading last night. But how you doing today, Cassandra?
I am good, and welcome, Matron. I'm good. How was your day?
Every day is a good day. So, well, like you say.
It'll be even better if we can do what we need to do. I like that one. That one was good. That was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of us getting there, some of us ain't. A lot
We
of us
can't even
ain't.
worry about the ones. You know what? We cannot worry about the ones that's not, because he said 2/3 gonna die, and that's what he meant, 2/3. And those are the ones that's not focused. Those are the ones that can't see. Those are the ones that's not using their gifts of discernment to understand where we are with all of this right here, right now.
Yeah.
So we have to just worry about the ones that are, worry about the ones that are ready and go from there.
Yeah. And now, consider before you even make your mind up, now before you say that, I want to show you something because you might change your mind here, and you know, um, this white girl got something to say to you here.
Oh Lord. She got something to say to who?
And a place of sincerity and truth that doesn't get spoken of, that's been ignored for far too long. I'm bringing this video as a public apology. I want to apologize for what my ancestors did to the true chosen people of Yoruba, the people that were kidnapped, captured, beat, tortured, and enslaved, forced on slave ships to work fields to bring us.
Now, consider you hear her. She said she was sorry for what
I
she
don't
has
give a
done.
damn. Give me my reparations if you that sorry. How about that? I don't give a damn about them tears. Give my reparations. That's all. You sorry, write me a check. How about that? Tell you and your mammy and your pappy and your grandmammy, your granddaddy, grandpappy to write me a check. That's all I care about. I don't give a damn about all them tears. Girl, you can go somewhere with that. Where the check? Where the money? Show me the money. And that's all I care about. Show me the money. Show me how sorry you are. Do some money. Some reparations. Come on now. All that wet stuff, them snot and dirt. That don't move me.
She was crying,
I
consider.
don't give a damn about them tears. I don't give a damn about none of them tears.
Dang. She said my bad for what she did. So, shouts out to Karma 804 in the building. Appreciate you coming through.
Welcome. Show
So,
me how sorry you are. With some
dang.
money.
Yeah. Now consider I don't know why my thing keeps skipping like this, but it is what it is. As long as y'all can hear the video and hear me clear, I guess that's the only thing that matter. So you can hear
You good.
everything clear,
Yep, you
right?
good. You good. Go ahead.
All right. Now I do want to show you this while we get into the topic, because we need to touch on some stuff that I know is probably a big topic for a lot of people. So we're gonna touch on, but I want to show you this first, because and this is in Chicago. I guess they're gonna start bringing Chicago back up now, but
Ease your constitutional right to carry a gun in the state of Illinois if you have the proper licenses. But some black gun owners say their rights are being violated. CBS News Chicago investigator Dorothy Tucker uncovered several cases where they were stopped by police and charged with felonies despite having everything in order, leaving them to pick up the pieces of their lives.
We did some watermelon cheesecake.
A cheesecake tasting in the south suburbs. Louis McWilliams' dream is to grow his
way.
I like it.
All was good.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I told you.
This is like a Jolly Ranch.
Until then.
I'm an entrepreneur. I have a company, a cheesecake company called Ann's Flavored Cheesecakes.
At the time of the interview, Lewis faced a felony charge.
This has been very traumatic for me. I feel like my rights was violated.
Imagine being with your name on it.
His Second Amendment rights. Lewis is an advocate.
Just get me the A out top, in the middle.
In April, Lewis was pulled over on the south side. West, he had a missing front plate.
Hey, yes, sir. How you doing, boss? Good, good.
The first thing he did, tell the officers he had a gun.
Okay, where's your... Okay, you got your concealed carry license.
According to state law, in order to carry a legal gun in your car, you need a firearms license as a FOID card and a concealed and carry license, commonly called a CCL. This is Lewis's card, and it's valid. That's what he handed the officers.
He looks at him. He said, okay, cool, this is perfect.
Only it wasn't.
Concealed carry, it didn't pop up.
On Leeds, the database operated by the Illinois State Police.
I need you to step out.
Police recommended Lewis be charged.
And that's a brother.
And a brother and a sister.
Prosecutors approved the charges.
He never.
Irv Miller is a former prosecutor, once in charge of reviewing police cases.
He showed them a valid CCL card.
I will sue their asses personally.
They see it. They actually took possession of it, inventoried it.
I haven't got to.
It's right there in CPD's inventory sheet. So why was Lewis arrested? That's a question we wanted to ask Superintendent Larry Snelling, but he declined an interview. So we've reached out.
It don't matter. Go ahead and file your charges. Go ahead and get your money. That's your reparations, brother.
They yeah, they arrest our brother and everything.
Okay, sometimes that's a blessing. Sometimes sometimes we don't understand when we being blessed. You know what I'm saying? Okay, sometimes you got to go through the hard stuff, but then go ahead on and get your $20 million. Now that right there, that right there it suffices it all, right? I'm just saying. Sometimes you got to go through the hard stuff. Okay, get your money. Okay, go ahead on and sue her personally, that female officer, for the lack of knowledge. Sue him for not doing his job. And then you're going to sue the police department. That's all. So that's what, $20, $25, $30 million. Come on, go ahead and do it. Okay. You go through the hard stuff. And then now you're going to use that $20 million to start your business the right way, right? Sometimes we being blessed and don't we get mad. We can't, don't get mad at the devil, honey. Tell him thank you. Send him a thank you card. Send her a thank you card and send him one. I appreciate you, Satan, help us, for blessing me with my $20 million. I appreciate you for blessing me with my reparations. Sometimes we got to look at stuff a different way. Long as he got paid, go ahead and get paid. We good.
Yeah.
And it take us sometimes. See how we do each other. We can't even watch out for each other. There had been a white cop and a white on white, right? He'd have walked. They'd have went on. Okay, go ahead. You got. It's always hard when it comes to us. Why? When it's us on us. We got to fight them. Then we got to try to turn around and fight each other. That's crazy. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Take any law enforcement action to avoid CCL violation. That's what Lewis expected and what he was told later as he stood in a jail.
This comes back clean.
Yeah, then they just let you go, apologize, and let you go about your day.
That's not. Lewis spent 24.
I guess they're gonna send the white girl to cry and apologize to him, like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for what they've done."
Yep. As soon as they send him his check too, give him his check. You can cry all you want to.
Yeah.
While I'm signing that check at the bank. I'm gonna give you a thank you card. You ain't got to be sorry. I'm gonna give you a thank you card too. Give her one too. Thank you. You got to be sorry.
They're gonna apologize and let you go. So.
For traumatic hours behind bars.
It was just deplorable. There were roaches falling from the ceiling. All because of illegal everything.
Yeah, I can't tell you why.
I need somebody to tell me, man.
Worse than the jail conditions, this opportunity.
That day, I had a meeting. Could not do the meeting that day because I was arrested. By losing that, I might have lost the franchise.
You ain't gonna lose nothing. It's just gonna be put off for a minute. Go ahead. You ain't gonna lose nothing.
Fighting to get the charges dismissed, and his impounded car.
I know this is a system, so just hoping for the best results.
It wasn't until mid-June, 3 months after he was stopped, that the case dismissed.
I'm very excited for him, but this is not the end.
Damn right it ain't the end.
Come
on.
The case. So his arrest background check.
And all of this for somebody who did nothing wrong?
Correct.
Your joy is a little bit
Dampered, yes. Totally dampered, because now this is a much longer process.
It's nearly impossible to know how many Lewis are wrongly charged with unlawful gun possession that are later dismissed.
Go ahead and go to your attorney.
Cook County State's Attorney's Office tracked.
Confirm whether it's actually valid or not.
We did find a handful of lawsuits accusing police of violating the rights of legal gun owners.
Here in the back of a squad car because my license expired, but I renewed it.
One of those, an irate Lucy Washington.
My fault that you guys didn't get it in your system.
I'm an entrepreneur, a loving mother. I do everything from real estate.
Can't wait to get my guys in here to look at the floors.
To rehabbing.
Here's Lucy's story.
Yes.
In December of 2023, she was stopped for failing to put on her turn signal. Without hesitation,
Concealed and carry.
as a single woman, Lucy carries a gun for protection.
I have it. My love. Your CCL expired. No, but if you pull it up, it'll show that I already tried to renew it.
Lucy tries to explain that the email showing proof she renewed is on her phone.
My phone.
Only she can't find it. This is the email from the state Lucy was trying to show the police. It says, if you apply for renewal to possess a license.
Oh my God, are you serious? Can I please look for my phone? Please, give me like 5 more minutes to look for my phone.
Officers weren't going to accept the email under any circumstances.
But it's not in our system, Lucy. It's not in our system. Especially when I was told that I was going to be charged with a felony, I'm like, I can lose my broker license.
Like Lewis, Lucy's felony charge was eventually dismissed. She also got the case expunged, but she's still living with the trauma.
If you search a property that is in my
So are these people suing anybody, or they just going home? What's going on?
They trying to, but I mean, you still got to go to their courts to sue them. You know, I mean, like they gonna give you justice anyway. You know. But hold on, I think they're gonna say it in a minute. Let me see.
It's embarrassing. You know, how do I explain to someone like, oh no, I was innocent?
If they did nothing wrong, again, why arrested? We pose that question to Phil Smith.
And I'm honored to testify today.
Smith is a president and founder of the National African American Gunner.
I felt defeated, you know? I felt defeated. And I felt like nobody.
I just feel like the rights that I've been given,
Pardon my reach.
the constitutional rights to have it, that the police officers didn't stand up for.
These cops, man, killing me, bro.
Since the arrest, Lewis has been struggling to rebuild his cheesecake business.
So I don't know. It didn't even say. I didn't even say about whether they did or not. But I don't know. But I mean, you know, they still be like, oh, well, you can't come at the police or whatever. But I mean, it's their laws. You know, they make and do what they want to do. You know, they make the laws for us, you know, to abide by. All right, let's go to So of course, with this government shutdown, now they're saying that the food stamps is about to get cut off, I guess. So yes, I'll play this one out.
You're doing your hair so beautifully. Does that mean
Atlanta, 5 Plus News. This news was officially revealed. We had many Republicans, including Rollins, to call them out for jeopardizing the current food and health of millions of Americans. Self would take the X and
I don't care about no shutdown or none of that. But I've been calm, I've been calling, everybody ignoring me. I've been here.
I'm sorry.
and other social media sites to share their frustration and fears. One woman reportedly was even filmed going to her local EBT offices to confront her food stamps not being available and needing it for her kids.
I need to know what's going on. I got 9 kids to feed, 9 babies. And I want to know why the food stuff on the call. I done been waiting, I done did my application. And I got 3 handicapped babies. I need to know why my food stamp called. It's ain't fair, I don't care about no shutdown or none of that. But I've been calm, I've been calling, everybody ignoring me. I done been here 3, 4, 5 times. I want my food stamps on my card.
Now, others who receive food stamps would take to social media and aired out their frustrations.
I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, like, I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with carts and I'm not. Trump, if you want motherfuckers start looting, it's gonna happen. Before my kids go broke in this bitch like Jock, I'm stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit up, swipe my link card, so that ain't no pending balance on there. I'm going to walk the fuck out. And I'm going to have one of my cousins with me that'll punch your ass so hard, you're going to think the Jet 2 holiday hit your. I ain't finna walk out that stuff.
It's been day 5, and I have not received no food stamps. My disability check is on hold.
Why would you take away these people? Literally just had to go home because everybody came into my grocery store. I work at Walmart. Everybody came into Walmart bum rushing, still buggies, running out the store, like just putting all the groceries in their cart because he want to cut off my food stamps. Y'all, this shit is, I think y'all are getting y'all food stamps in November, or maybe some of y'all is not, but like they literally just had to like do emergency evacuation at our store, came in going crazy over like food for their kids and shit.
When it comes to some who don't receive food stamps, they
You see that, Cassidra?
Yeah, I see it. Hey, I agree with them. My thing is, do we stop paying bills because of the government shutdown and tell them, hey, I pay you when the government go back to work or when I get a check? They got to eat, right? Hey, the whole neighborhood should go in Walmart and have a field day. What you going to do? You going to stop all of them? What you going to do? Y'all team up, go up 50 at a time. I totally agree. My thing is, whose fault is it? It's not their fault. Bills still need to be paid, and then he had the nerve to say, "Oh, they don't deserve back pay." Are you serious? No. Feed the people. They gotta eat. They got kids. So I agree. Get 50 of your friends, go up there, get you a basket, and have at it, and run out and do what you gotta do. Seriously, that's how I feel. Right now, it don't even matter because they just being, they eating. They, millionaires, senators, Congress, they sitting up there, they eating every day. They ain't got to worry about nothing. So you got people out here hungry with kids, and you gonna go on a government shutdown trying to tit for tat, trying to see who balls the biggest. Give me a break. I totally agree with them.
See.
Unfortunately, there are some people who have been reposted and retweeted on their various TikTok videos and Instagram reels.
I guess I should have looked at it before.
So hey y'all, it's day 1 of the government shutdown. I'm a federal employee. So things are getting a little intense. In case you have not been keeping up, Congress could not come up with a budget to fund the government starting with this new fiscal year that we're in that began today. So we are being made to go into work and without pay. The first 5 days we'll be getting paid, and then thereafter, and we are deemed essential. So is the post office, so is the military. So I came on here to say, for us, I do believe in the power of prayer. I don't believe that there's anything that's too big for God, even though this
I don't
time
know why you
around
keep putting that thing in there. What's wrong?
seems like it's going to be a lot worse than previous furloughs. But I am going to remain faithful and try not to let it stress. To all my other federal employees, hang in there. This too shall pass. And yeah, so I'll come back. I don't know how long this is going to last. This is day one, once again. I'm back
So
to
they
update
still
y'all
want everybody to work
periodically.
like
Maybe
it's
do
like
a
they're getting
commentary.
paid. Yeah. Oh, you better be glad, honey. Ooh, honey, Cassie be sitting down, looking, scratching, and looking around, and ooh, I'd be in somebody's corner hiding, honey. I'm not working hard. Y'all better get this together. When y'all get the garbage be lined up on the street, when the mail ain't delivered, I'm just saying.
Better not come back until every piece of mail is delivered in this show
No.
neither.
Yeah, okay. Boy, they done gone crazy. They done lost their dang gone minds, I tell you. They done gone crazy. And then he said they don't deserve back pay. But you getting paid. You getting a whole check. Congress and Senate getting a whole check. And then sitting up here pussyfooting around. That's crazy. So how long you gonna take? Because y'all can't decide on something. Let the people come up there and put something together for you. Since y'all can't decide on nothing. This is crazy. Where's the extension? I thought last time they gave an extension, didn't they? What happened to that? You can't get another extension? What's going on? This is ridiculous. This is just an excuse to fire people. That's what that is. I believe it's a bigger picture to this, honey.
Yeah.
It's a bigger picture here.
How we're coping, dealing, how we're paying bills, how we're managing financially. Again, pray for us, and to all of the other federal employees, hang in there. God got you. Love you. Bye.
And since the government building, that means shit, we ain't got to pay rent no more. Hey, for real. And since the government building, that means shit, we ain't got to pay rent no more.
That's what it should mean. You ain't got no money to pay. What you supposed to do?
I would have mean idiot. They not.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
With SNAP participants who usually, rely on that critical.
Nearly 2 million people in Illinois will be cut off from food stamps come November 1st if the shutdown continues.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, cutting off a major lifeline to feed Chicago area families. Our Marissa Perlman is live in Pilsen with how food banks are calling this an inevitable crisis. Marissa.
And with no end in sight for the government to reopen, food pantries are telling their ahead, be ready and have a plan B.
It's something that we had feared, but now it's a reality.
Without SNAP, food banks will be the first place families turn to, according to Manhee Lee with the Greater Chicago Food Depository.
Our food pantries are going to be overwhelmed. SNAP participants who usually, rely on that critical lifeline for support and for basic food assistance.
SNAP provides low-income paid cards to buy groceries. The Illinois Department of Human Services says it was notified last week by the USDA that November benefits unless the shutdown ends.
And a lot of these we're talking about are, children and also older adults who aren't able to work.
That means $150 million in assistance for 1.9 million recipients statewide.
We
this one's my local
are
news
certainly
for the
confident
people
that
up
we're
here.
going to be able to meet the demand that would occur if SNAP benefits do not go out on time.
That warning Wednesday from the executive
executive director of the Federation of if SNAP funding runs out in November, according to the latest state data that could impact over 854,000 people enrolled in the program in Virginia, including in Central Virginia.
For every meal that food banks distribute, SNAP provides 9. There is simply no way that we can make up significant gaps or losses to that program.
SNAP is run by the U.S. Department of Agriculture and federally funded, but the money is distributed by local agencies. But obtained by Politico, the USDA told states to pause November payments until further notice because of the shutdown. Local agencies like Powhatan and Henrico alerted residents to the possibility. During Wednesday's news conference, Richmonders like Legacies Kane shared what that could mean for those who are reliant on SNAP, like her uncle.
Applying for disability, but that can take a long time. So SNAP has been his only source of income. It at least means he can have food.
Also in the news conference, advocates plus state and congressional Democrats said the USDA has a $6 billion contingency fund they are required by law to use when funds out and called for them to do so.
And if there's somehow money to bail out right-wing politicians in Argentina during our government shutdown, it's the resources to ensure that American families don't go hungry on Thanksgiving.
When CBS 6 reached out to the USDA to ask if they'd use those funds, we got an automated reply that their press officer was furloughed and didn't have access to email. Virginia's Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin said Wednesday while he was worried about SNAP benefits running out.
I know the administration's been working hard to try to figure this out. They figured out how to fund our military. They've now figured out how to fund law enforcement, at least for a little while.
Situation on Democrat. While the Republican-controlled House has passed a stopgap measure, the Senate.
All right. So I'm sure they're working hard to figure it out. What you think about this, though, Cassidra?
I think this sucks. This is crazy. It's a bigger picture to it, and I think he's going to use this to really shut down some jobs. And I think he's already fired some people already. You know, America don't ever do anything and not use stuff like this to do other stuff. You know, so I do believe that a lot of people get ready to lose some jobs, and we're gonna see a lot of angry people on the streets. Not only in Walmarts with shopping carts, but on the streets. Because when folks start losing homes and losing cars, because, it's been a month, and did you pay your house note? You know what I'm saying? House notes aren't getting paid. Car notes aren't getting paid. Children being hungry. When you start seeing all this stuff and people sitting up, they getting paid and you're not, you're going to start getting mad. So you already saw a little bit of it when they went out there last weekend and did their little protests, right, across America. That just wasn't in certain areas. That was across America. Everybody was out there. They was out here in North Carolina. They was out in Virginia. They was out everywhere. Texas, Houston. Yeah, they was all over. So people are, they feeling it now. So, a couple more months, it's going to be full blown. So I think it's going to get really bad before it gets better. I don't see it ever getting better. He's on an assignment and he is fulfilling that assignment. So, and white folk can't get mad. Black folk can't get mad. Remember the liberal, y'all put them in, right? Y'all voted. I mean, I'm just saying I don't believe the Democratic Party would have did any better. And, so I'm not saying either party is better than the next, but I do believe that he's going to take this and grow from it,
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll play this one first because I want to be like, it ain't just black people that's on. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, you know how they be like, we're gonna show the real welfare queens and kings.
Atlanta, Texas News.
All right now.
Yes.
Not getting supposed to do.
As mentioned,
the dollars that I would normally get to put towards groceries that I'm not getting. What am I supposed to do?
On the possibility of the government shutdown impacting food stamp programs, several white food stamp users have now taken to social media like TikTok to air out the possibility of the government not being able to help them buy food.
With the government being shut down, I'm not getting my food stamps. And, it's October 3rd today. I'm stressing about how I'm going to feed my family because that's $800 that I would normally get that I'm not getting. What am I supposed to do? And it's just infuriating because I know, Congress is getting their paychecks and it's their fault that the government is shut down right now because they don't know how to do their job. They've called it impossible to make a living. And then they go and they shut down the fucking government and they just take these days off. There's a bunch of government employees that are having to work for free right now. I mean, how are they feeding their families? I'm normally in bed by like 9 o'clock at night here, and I'm still up stressing. They at least need to send me my money.
And another.
I don't believe no more.
So worried about us
EBT
EBT members, but y'all ain't worried about the thousands of fucking dollars it's paying for our government that can't even do
Without
their
time to work.
job, hence why they're going to be shut down. It's the real issue here. It's not us.
So I don't know what I'm going to do now. I came to the store because I thought my stamps were supposed to be loading, and there's nothing on there. I reached out to the office that says, due to the government shutdown, all benefits are placed on hold. No money will be loading.
So, and it's not my problem, right? This is the real welfare queens right here. You see, because when we look at who's getting the food stamps and all of this stuff. And I was gonna say something else that might sound probably mean, but I'm not gonna say it right now because whatever. But if you haven't got your beans and stuff, canned goods that we only been saying for like 5 years now, then you probably should, right?
Exactly. You should have been had it. This right here shouldn't be. Right here, we've been talking about storing up food. We've been talking about storing up water for how long? For stuff like this.
800.
And just like Matron said, $800 in food stamps, ain't that some free food? Is a lot, okay? So where's her, and I guarantee you she might have some of these white women have husbands at home with them. Black women, only one can't have they men, they husbands, okay, in the house with them. But yeah, that is a lot, okay? But I'm telling you, we've been talking about this for how long? Go stock your food, stock your cabinets. We have been talking about this. I don't know how we need to say it. They always seem to catch us off guard, but they shouldn't be catching us off guard because your cabinets should be full because we've been talking about this for what, 3, 4, 5 years now. You've had a long time to get $5 here and $5 there worth extra, Spam or Vienna sausages or whatever it is going to take for you to feed your family. I'm just saying, box of rice or, pancakes or whatever. You go to all these, come on, you go to all these and all these pancakes were $1.50 for a box of pancakes and you get a bag of rice. You didn't do that? Come on, you guys, we've been talking about this. This is why we talk about stuff like this, but we're so busy trying to, we go into the pages, this, cussing each other out and dogging black women and dogging black men. That's where the hundreds of thousands of people are, okay? Instead of being over here learning and understanding what is it going to take to survive this stuff? What is it black folk need to be doing right now? We over there doing what? What we doing? Cussing each other out. Talking about black men ain't this and black women ain't this. And come on. Who has time? We ain't got no time for that right now.
Maybe consider.
Huh?
Maybe consider it took this much. Maybe it'll take more. That would make black people to actually stop doing that and do what we're supposed to do. Maybe this was fate or whatever, and it's meant to be this way for us to stop playing around or either die or whatever, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Why die when all we had to do was get an extra can or extra pack of rice and, and eat your white rice and beans and, why die? Why do we have to? When all we've been telling you, rice, a bag of rice was how much? Come on, bag of beans is how much? Can of beans was 50 cents, $1. You couldn't get $5 here and $5 there, $5. Come on now. For the last 5 years, your pantry would have been full. So now we whining because we ain't got no food when we should have been stocking up. And I'm gonna rest with that. You go ahead. I'm gonna rest with that. That's great. I don't even know what else to say.
I'm just saying, because
Yep,
They
Tim
said
said, well,
Section 8.
time to work says Section 8. Yep, they were talking about Section 8 too. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, they was talking about that too.
Would it be crippled? I mean, okay, yeah. All right, so listen, I'm gonna just play this. I'm not gonna say anything mean today, all right? Because I've been saying mean stuff for a long time, so I sympathize with us, in
You
this
know?
moment.
Stop lying. Be honest.
I do. I sympathize with us,
I don't
but
know what it's going to take for it. I don't know what it's going to
I
take.
do know what it's gonna take. Well,
But
I
tell us what
don't.
it's going to take. Show us a video. What's it going to take?
Well, put it this way: slavery wasn't enough for us to stop, so I don't know what it's gonna take, to be honest with you. But maybe this will be it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it does take the most extreme stuff, because I was the only one that's mad, and now everybody is mad, and I'm happy that everybody is mad as I was now. Because I was mad before. This is how I felt this whole time, and now people like, oh, and so that's why I'm like, for me, it's like I'm not gonna say anything mean, because I don't have anything where I don't have, like I've been saying this whole time. Of course, I know people in situations, you know what I'm saying, that might be hurt or whatever, and I don't want that. But as as you always say, consider it may not be our fault, but it's damn sure our responsibility, right? I'll play this.
The greatest thing you can do in America is learn a skill. Right?
You always feed yourself.
You can always feed yourself. I have a saying, if you allow them to feed you, you give them permission to
starve you.
I always say it.
Always.
If you allow them to feed you, bro, you get them to starve you. The greatest thing you can do in America is learn a skill. Right?
You always feed yourself.
You can always feed yourself. I have a saying, if you allow them to feed you, you give them permission to starve you. I always say it.
Always.
Too busy buying crab boils. Well, they gonna learn today. So
have you given the power to feed you? I don't care whether it's advice. So here's your Tuesday tip. Who given the power to feed you? I don't care whether it's advice, whether it's money, food. Who has the power? Because that power also has the ability to starve you. This is not a new saying, an old saying I heard years ago. I just recently reheard it. But today I need for you to start eating, but this time from the right table. Y'all be great. So
I mean, listen, there's some truth to that, because at one point, right, and this is not a good example from what, if you really learn the history, but it's good enough to play it, so it's good
You
enough
never
for
see any
propaganda, right?
black people in these Great Depression movies for a reason.
Yeah,
We was doing our own thing, but when the bank crashed, it didn't fuck with us because our money was in the mattress. We couldn't use banks. You never see any black people in these Great Depression movies for a reason.
Yeah, we
was our own thing, but
There was a time, right, where whatever was going on, besides the violence and stuff like that, that the government sanctions or whatever, other than that, we minded our own business. Now, the problem has always been they take our tax money and stuff like that, right? And then they use our tax money for us, in our case, to exploit us. Now, like, we like to argue about two sides and all of this other stuff, lesser of two evils and stuff. But the point is, like, the Republican people do the same thing that Democrats do to black. They do that to the poor white people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they said, like, their families ain't gonna starve. Only yours is, because the corporation of America is there to make money and stuff like that, and people get lost going into that whole capitalism stuff, because it's just Europeans, like, they just what they do. Money, no money, they fight, kill, destroy stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's how it operates, and if you look at the collapses of all of their societies, you know what I'm saying, you know. But while they were jumping out of windows and stuff like that during the Great Depression, black people was good. You know, we wasn't tripping because we might not necessarily had it in mattresses, but we had banks. There was black banks. You know, we don't understand that it was black banks. Yeah, it's definitely taken out of context. That's why I'm like, it's good enough to play, but it's not, you know, accurate per se. But the point is, though, when you are tied to somebody else's system, and then yeah, when they are sick, you're gonna get the flu. But maybe that might be the only thing that'll get you off of their system. Maybe not, you know, I don't know. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I probably would have pushed the button myself a long time ago, you know. So y'all shouldn't even take what I say off of that, you know. But what you think though, consider?
I totally agree. Who once told, was that Malcolm X that told us, when you rely on them for your every breath? We rely on crackers, white folk who don't like you. We rely on them for our every breath. That's very dangerous. That's just like you relying on your enemies. So think about your enemies, you guys. Time 2. Matron, think about your worst enemy. Somebody that you know. It's not even your enemy. It's a person that you know don't care for you. Think about that person feeding you. Would you trust that person to feed you? I wouldn't. But we have. And we are. Everybody who didn't or is not storing up food, or who has not stored up food, has done that. They're waiting for them. They're waiting for massa. They're waiting for people who don't like them to feed them. And that's what's going on. And they don't give a damn if you starve or not. You see, they're not rushing to come back to the table. You see, they're not rushing to load them cards. What's next? Section 8? All right, y'all gonna have to bunk up now. Y'all gonna have to bunk up somewhere and do something. You're gonna have to get jobs. You're gonna have this gonna force you to do for self. This is gonna force you how not to depend on the government. We got McDonald's hiring. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We got McDonald's hiring. You got a whole family, five young ladies, who have babies. Okay, McDonald's hiring. Y'all 5, come on and rent a 2 or 3, 4, 5-bedroom house. I'm just saying, we're gonna have to get back. We're gonna have to get back to this. You're gonna have to do something. I'll rest with that.
No, yeah, consider. And I played this the other day, but just because you said it, I'm gonna play it just again for a second. Then we can go to the next thing.
Hell no. Okay, that's what we did though. We really did. We have relied on these people, enemies, hope and pray that they come back to the table to feed me because I'm hungry, master. What we gonna do? That's what they saying. What we gonna do?
What is
we
gonna
we should have
do?
been thinking about this. We should have been thinking about this already. We should have been off their system. We should have been in our own little neighborhoods, our own little communities, taking care of ourselves with our own little government, giving out reparations to our own communities. We ain't just met these people, but it's a shame when you think they love you, that they your friends. They ain't never been your friends.
Oh yeah, and he said, we don't listen until the pain is unbearable. Well, I mean, I don't know. We'll see if we
Well,
listen.
honey,
But
that pain, they getting ready to feel that pain. They getting ready to feel it.
this is why I'll be like, do I have any regrets? Absolutely not. But anyway, I'll play this for y'all real
You know
quick. I'll
what?
play this.
You don't want to see. Hold on. You don't want to see your people go through this, but you know what? Forecast. Let's be honest. It's gonna take something for Black folk to wake the hell up. We've been talking about this delineation. Phil been talking about it. Lisa, you have Black media. Vic Diller, they've been talking about this. Claude Anderson, he's been talking about it. Malcolm X talked about it. Come on, it ain't like we didn't know. We've been talking about this. You have leaders, real black leaders that they killed. We're talking about this, and we still refuse to do it.
Yeah, brother wrote. David Walker wrote a letter to Black people around the world in 1830 something.
1830, and still did nobody wake up to read it.
Right.
You need to read that letter, Forecast. You need to get that letter and read it.
Okay, yeah, maybe I'll play it. Well, it's long, so or maybe next time if I
You
find
can,
a short thing. Yeah.
yeah, because this is crazy. We know this. We see this. We know these people. We grew up with these people. Okay, and now you think they're gonna change? Now you really think that dude care about you? He don't give a damn. He eating steak tonight, crab, lobster. He eating, getting down, looking at y'all niggas stuff. Mm-hmm. When you gonna learn? When you gonna learn? Come on, you guys. We gotta get it. You hate to see your people go through this, but whatever's gonna take for us to get it, so that we can delineate for real, and take care of self and do for self. If we built Black Wall Street once before, we can do it again. They wasn't relying on crackers for no Black Wall Street. They built that with their hands. They built that. They didn't build it on voting. They built it trusting in each other, relying on each other, and supporting each other. That's how they built it.
Yeah.
And I rest with that.
Yeah, and I mean, I heard of the Ledger, but I don't know. I'll see if I see something that I'll play or something. But anyway, consider this is what I wanted you to hear.
In that private moment on his dying day, we find everything we need to know about who Charlie Kirk truly was. He was a missionary with a noble spirit and a great, great purpose. He did disagree with Charlie. I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica.
Say that again, please.
But now
Say
Erica
that again.
can talk to me.
Say that again.
You heard that, Cassandra?
Say it again. I need them. I need these Negroes to hear it. I need the ninjas to hear what he just said. Play it again.
The best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica. But now Erica.
Now, I hope y'all hearing that. He just told you. He just spoke it out his mouth. He hates you. Hate you. He don't give a damn if you eat or not. And that woman say, well, I'm still praying. Well, you better show hope and pray that the Lord bring you some food. Because that thing right there, he already told you. I ain't trying to bring you nothing. I hope you starve to death. You and your baby. You and your baby.
We say I pray for my enemies. They say I hate my enemies.
Okay.
I don't want the best for them.
Did you just hear that? And what the woman say? We pray for, like you said, we pray for ours. We pray for our enemies. Not me. They do.
Every weapon against us have prospered. Every one of them.
Like
if it don't prosper, we could be like, let me find a way to help you let this weapon prosper against me.
Let me jump on. Hold on, master. Hold on. We sick. What happened, master? The weapon didn't work this time. Let me help you. What the hell?
So this may be the only thing that it takes for you to survive is by them wiping themselves out. And if we get taken out with them because we ain't smart enough, then at least it'll be over at that point. I can say this: either we'll win or we'll lose. But if we either way, it'll be over. So we can be at peace, right? But I know y'all ain't trying to hear that, so never mind. But anyway, consider. So check this one out.
After the year we've had, we could literally cripple this fucking country and bring it to its knees by. We have no business going into the third quarter making questions. After the year we've had, we could literally cripple this fucking country and bring it to its knees by canceling Thanksgiving and Christmas. Easily. They've been planning and projecting for this income since last year, previous years. They do these reports years out. They've been planning and plotting for you the same way that we sit around taxes in February, March. That's what they be saying. This is their taxes, and they be like, I can't wait for Christmas. We might slow down in the summertime, but Christmas, everybody's gonna let their fucking ego, their sense of competition, their consumerism overtake them. Everybody gonna be so fucking short-sighted and ready to just spend some motherfucking money. I don't give a. After the fucking year we've had, I have no business taking our money out of corporations like Target just to wait until November and December and give it all back to them. We have no fucking business. We have no business pouring millions and billions of dollars into toy industries that don't give a fuck about our kids. We have no business making cheap foreigners uber rich. Like, we don't have no fucking business pouring.
Right. He just said it. He was like, we ain't got no choice. You hungry now? How you gonna have food for Thanksgiving? But my bad.
large amounts of money into this economy. We about to, in the next month, kill millions of turkeys and chop down millions of fucking trees in the United States. We don't got we got the environmental capacity to just be chopping down trees. like we don't have no fucking business, and nobody should have to say. Nobody, nobody, you should have. We've been calling for boycotts all fucking year. When did we start boycotting Target? We've been calling for boycotts all year. Millions of people across this country that ain't stepped foot in a Target, a Starbucks, a McDonald's, just to name a few, all year. And
Wait,
guess
hold
what?
on. Time out. Why this year have you been? Because McDonald's uses like slave. All the companies she's named like use slave labor and prison labor. I'm sorry, because we can't. But all of these companies. So like, what happened this year, or since y'all been protesting? What happened that made y'all actually start protesting these places now? I don't know. I hope it wasn't that Jewish thing. But anyway, at least they're doing it now, right? I guess.
In politics, oh, I didn't vote. Oh, that doesn't apply to me. The way that our country is set up, you vote with your money. You never have to step inside of a booth to vote in this country. Everybody voted. It don't matter if you registered. It don't matter where you live. Everybody fucking voted in November of last year. When you empowered corporations to fund PACs to back up these fucking bullshit and leaders and our current president to perpetuate the nonsense that we going through right now. We fighting for fucking healthcare. We fighting to not spend our last to go to your primary doctor for a checkup. We're not even talking about cancer or other serious diseases. We're fighting for healthcare. All right, man. I really feel like I'm just screaming at the top of my lungs to the ceiling and nobody gives a fuck. I pray that.
Yeah, welcome to the club. I'll get her a t-shirt, right? We only been saying stuff for like years or whatever.
Vouchers away from the daycares. If y'all ain't heard, you can vouchers away from the daycares. So it's gonna be hard for the parents that got to go to work and send their kids to daycare while they at work trying to provide for their family. So there's gonna be a difficult road.
Now, time out, right? Oh, again, now like a year or two ago, probably even before we started doing this thing on Wednesday, Cassidra, we talked about like, oh, we can get somebody from the neighborhood where we all put our money together where they watch the children. Like my grandmother used to have a business where she watched the children, in the neighborhood or whatever, and they paid her or whatever. And maybe you not being able to go to these schools, and also before all of this stuff happened, it was black people, like, I guess they give credit to the Black Panthers and stuff like that, but it was black people that was feeding each other because we couldn't get and there was no government assistance for no black people, right? But we have been saying this stuff about your money and all that stuff for I don't know how long. So, but
and they also been messing with the some of the people that's in the military and Navy and stuff like they ain't getting their checks. Still got to work right while the government shut down, and a whole lot of more programs dealing with the government is because it's like they spoil everybody by giving them such things. Now they taking it away from them. Now it's gonna disable a lot of people in a lot of things, a lot of businesses, all right? Because some daycares have actually shut their doors. Some daycares have actually shut down because they cannot keep up with everything. Finances getting low, all right? So this what's been passed around, all right? This what been said, all right? So I don't want y'all coming to no, they not. Who the fuck they is? Shut your ass up. It's been people on here that own daycares and said this shit. So shut your ass up. You don't know what you're talking about. The teachers, they took away the special ed teachers. The teachers that they help with the kids that get these special needs stuff. Yes. Some majority of them afterwards.
You know what? I'm not gonna say anything. You want to say something, Cassidra?
You know what? I'm just gonna listen to the brother. Maybe they'll listen. I'm serious. Maybe they'll listen. I wish it was a white guy. Maybe if it was a white woman or white man, they might have listened to him. I don't think they still gonna listen to your cousin forecast. I'm just saying. Let the man tell us. They tired of hearing us. Let him tell it. Go ahead.
I can only show you black teachers once you get kicked out of their schools again. But I can't stop you from getting spit on and sending your child to integrate it again. So I can only show you the answer. Now, Cassidra, we're going to move on before I start saying something that's real messed up. And then it seemed like I'm messed up, you know. So I'm going to play this video here for you.
I decided to ask ChatGPT, Chat, what if all Black Americans left the U.S. and returned to Africa? And one thing ChatGPT do not do. So this is what ChatGPT said. This is food for thought for everybody who's saying go back to Africa. So first, Black Americans make up % of the U.S. population and contribute significantly to care, education, sports, entertainment, government.
Dang, I don't know why I started messing up crazy right there. Let's try it again.
Significantly to healthcare,
the video is clear though.
sports,
It's like playing clear through my headphones. So
entertainment, government, and a sudden departure would create significant labor shortages.
all right. I don't know why why it's messing up crazy on that one, because it's actually coming through clear on the actual video. So what if black try it one more time. What if black people left America?
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, that was good. I seen that one.
Care, education, sports, entertainment, and a sudden departure would create significant labor shortages. That's one. Two, Black Americans contribute over $1.7 trillion annually to this economy. A departure like that would create a sudden loss of economic power. 3, Black-owned businesses, which employ millions of Americans, would shut down or relocate, shifting the wealth to whatever country all of us went to. Number 4. Now this one gonna really piss you off. This one gonna piss you off. Loss of cultural influence. Black Americans, and I quote, Black Americans have shaped U.S. culture through jazz, hip hop, and blues, fashion, language, and sports. Their departure would significantly alter America's cultural identity. Of course, we know that there will be a shift in elections, particularly for the Democratic Party. There won't be a need for NAACP and Black Lives Matter.
Already been a shift for the Democrats.
A decline in innovation. Blacks foster
Oh no,
creativity.
maybe that's step one, consider there's already been a shift for the Democrats. So maybe enough of us have moved on.
And innovation. The loss of racial diversity could slow technological. See, y'all ancestors ain't tell y'all how sick y'all was. See, y'all before y'all found out. Ain't nobody passed that information on to y'all. Y'all don't know about all that. See, our people passed information on. Y'all people didn't.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm running back because they keep messing it up. We're gonna play it.
See, ain't nobody pass that information on to y'all. Y'all don't know about all that. See, our people passed information on y'all people. Y'all wanted to be lost in translation, but we know. We know.
Can you speak on the back?
Now, that's if all black people. The downfall is the NAACP wouldn't exist no more. Ain't that something? So that's just a little. But yo, before we go to something positive, because I know I probably pissed everybody off today. And it seems cold hearted, but it's the only way. Like I was mad and y'all didn't care this whole time, and now I'm happy that.
I think it's time to piss people off. It's been
Yeah,
time. I mean, you've been really nice today.
I've been trying to. They sad. They
You don't
sad.
even have to. You should have just let it go. Seriously, there ain't no sense in holding it in no longer. You didn't hold it in long enough. But my thing is, it's time to piss people off. Make them mad. Sometimes they get mad. Seriously, this is stop. This is what we're talking about. This we shouldn't be in this state. Still, what is it gonna take?
Yeah, I mean, but you see, certain people don't come no more, and
No, and it's okay.
upset.
Yeah, it's okay. They 2/3. I keep 2/3. He said 2/3, and it's very unfortunate that meeting is gonna have to go. 2/3. That's a lot of people because you're not listening, because you stiff necked, because you hard headed, because you so busy trying to please Massa. Massa don't care what you, honey. Massa don't give a dang on if you eat or not. But obviously, we don't care if we eat either. But we about to.
I ain't trying to kick us while we down though. I love us. I love all of you brothers and sisters out there. And I'm not as hard on the coons, and this is why, because I know it comes from. But it's still our responsibility. That's why, and still got to show you the truth. You know what I'm saying? But all I can say is like, to be honest with you, good. Maybe now you will do something, right? But look, Cassidra, I want to show you this. This is not even here, but this is still black people and stuff. Um, so in South Africa, they have a new bill to replace black economic empowerment for the native people of the land.
An announcement on BEE today, introducing a bill which would focus on poverty rather than ethnic identity. Matt Cuthbert is the DA's head of policy and joins us now from Johannesburg. Hello, Matt.
Good afternoon, John, and thank you very much for having me on your show, and good afternoon to your listeners.
Unfortunately, the nature of my show is that we've got about 8 or 9 minutes. So, I'm obviously...
I'm not going to play that because it's just a dude saying, it's racist for black people to pick themselves up by their own bootstraps, I guess. But I'll play these brothers talking about it more so.
It's always racist when we want to do for us. Always. But it's racist how now they're bringing Julius Malema up on gun charges, and we need to talk about that. Trying to give him 15 years for something that happened in 2018 when the president came here a month ago, and Trump said, why that dude ain't in jail? Black dude went back and put the marching orders out, and guess what? They bringing him up on charges, trying to give him 15 years. I said, look, if they don't support that dude and he goes to jail, South Africa will be done, because he's the only reason why South Africa, is not back in apartheid, because of his group that he has, right? But he holds them crackers accountable, and black folks said they didn't even want to vote him in as president. This is they rather have the white supremacy in over them. This is how brainwashed South Africa is. I would never go. That would be a town I would never even want to visit. I swear. You got black folk going to South Africa. I'm like, you could have stayed your ass in America and made your American money to be going through what they're going through, because they're going through something worse than what we went through. Apartheid was something else. And they just came out of that, what, in the 80s? Was it, if I'm not mistaken, right? The 80s? They was in apartheid for a long time. That dude was in jail. Mandela was in jail for 30 years. They punked him out and then let him out and gave him presidency. because they knew he wasn't gonna do that. That's the saddest thing ever, right there. I swear, that's the saddest thing. I ain't even gonna laugh at him, but that's the saddest thing.
Well, I mean,
I'm just saying.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm saying like, when the apartheid ended, I mean, there's still black people in the black areas and the white people with all the
Yeah,
resources
it ended on
right
paper, but
now.
not for real. I mean, just like here, civil rights, they gave us the bill, but they don't use it for us. Same thing.
Yeah, Europeans aren't that creative. That's the point. Like
No,
they
they're
do the same
not.
thing over and over.
They're not. They use the same old. They use their laws, their jail system. They use their, against us. When we woke, when we want to, do for self, when we want to bring ours together and get free, then it's racism. But your ass been racist all this time. So now when we talk about covering us and doing for us, now we racism. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go ahead. I'm gonna try to behave. Go ahead. I ain't gonna start hollering yet. Go ahead.
Black economic empowerment was meant to fix the injustice of the past, but today many say it's lost its way. The DA was once it scrapped, calling it a breeding ground for corruption. We're going to be discussing this and what's the end game for DA is. With me here is Mustafa Jinodu. I'm still Afolabi Olaluku.
Okay, so DA is trying to play both sides. They're saying that money and empowerment for individuals should be based on need and on economic need, and for poor people, whether they're white or black, and there shouldn't be just BE, which is black empowerment, because that's racial. And they're saying that it should be based on merit and also on need. So you have to be people who are poor and things like that. That is more important than being black. But at the same time, they want to focus on outcomes. The system that they want to give money to people for starting businesses and everything, the system rewards companies for measurable contributions such as job creation and poverty reduction. Those types of companies would only be mostly white in South Africa. Do you see what I'm saying? And notice how B is supposed to be about individuals who are poor, but now they're mentioning companies. So now when you mention companies, they don't mention companies which are run by people who are poor and need help. They just mention companies. This is a distraction for them to find more capital from the South African government to fund business people who are most likely, a lot of them will be white rather than black, because if you look at companies that are already performing well, they're usually companies that are not run by blacks for several reasons. We know that there's economic corruption amongst blacks in South Africa. My argument is that the blacks have to be corrupt rather than the whites, because they've been held down so long and the system hasn't worked for them, that their only answer after that is corruption. So now they say the economic inclusion for our bill. This proposed legislation seeks to amend the Public Procurement Amendment Act to repeal race-based preferential procurement. So they want it to be based on race. And basically they were saying they don't want black people to get redressed through this system. They're going to have a scoring system called value for money. Assess cost effectiveness. Listen to this word, Afolabi. Technical capacity and reliability. Afolabi, when you think about technical capacity and reliability, what do you think about that? Doesn't that already say you already have capital and money?
Sure.
So what they're saying is that rich should get more money because you have.
And so, pretty much same thing, right? They say we're gonna end this race-based thing because it's racist, and of course, but how we're gonna fix it is to give money
Us
to
money.
white banks
White
and
folk.
white businesses.
Yeah, white.
Some,
But we're not
yeah,
gonna say it, but we're gonna say it, we're gonna go around the bush, but that's what we mean. Get out of here with that.
that
Get
sounds
out
like
of here.
Kamala Harris reparation
Yeah,
plan.
you're talking out the side of your neck,
Crazy,
I
but
mean, they just think black folk just as dumb. They just think we just don't have no sense, no kind of way. They say shit that don't make no sense, and then look at you like, and you looking at them like, what you looking at with your mouth open sometimes, because you think you really had the nerve to say that and act like I don't know what it means. You just said it, what you didn't want me to do, but you're doing it, but you're just not saying it, but you're still doing it. You're showing me. Whatever. We need to stop talking and just do. We talk too much sometimes. Let's just do. We ain't got to tell them, hey, this is for black folk. Just get to black folk. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't got to announce that, because when you announce it, then they looking Crazy. You ain't got to. They don't announce to do it. So why we announce to stop announcing? Just do it. Just do it. We talk too much. If we got something that we trying to put together just for black folk, just know to be on code. This is just for black folk. We ain't gonna say it, but that's what it is, because that's what they do. They don't tell you this just for crackers. This is just for white supremacy. They just said what they said, went around the bush, but you know what they meant, right? Let's do the same thing. So when you see us just giving to black folk, that they did the same thing. Them PPP loan, all this stuff. DEI went to white women, right? They didn't say it, but that's who it went to. But they didn't announce it.
Welfare, or all
So
that stuff.
exactly. So let's do the same. Why we always got to say, well, we're gonna just get the black folk. We're gonna give it out, okay? But we don't code black folk to know that we're gonna give it to our own. Seriously, that's you do that. And then when they come to you and say, you just giving that to black folk, what are you talking about? Yeah, this for everybody. What are you talking about? You feel what I just said? You see, I just did that. That's what we start doing. Do the same thing to them. Do the same thing. What they do, we follow suit. They don't say it, we don't say it. They do it, we do it. When they come to us and try to we ask like them, what are you talking about? We just gave it to, we gave it to the people that live out the rural route, even though they were black. We're doing what you do. Period.
Yeah.
I
agree. And to wrap it up, we're gonna go to I guess this is not positive yet, but this is to lead to wrapping up. We ain't gonna play this whole thing, but just a little bit.
Health gap is tremendous. The gap in white and black America.
What is the racial wealth gap and why is everyone talking about it? The racial wealth gap is a measure of wealth in the US. Here's a prime example. Black families make up 14% of the population, but own only 5% of American wealth, 65% of the population, but control 80% of the wealth. The gap traces back to the 1863 Emancipation Proclamation, which led to 4 million Black Americans. By 1860, their labor...
All right, so never mind. This is pretty dumb because she was like, "Oh, it started in 1865," like skipping the whole slavery thing that gave them the money in the first place. But all right, so to go back to that, let's play this.
To pay attention to what's happening right now. Cracker Barrel struggling, Target struggling, hospital shutting down. Why? Because the white dollar by itself won't keep these companies afloat. And while they play DEI, baby, they need our talent, ingenuity, and brilliance. And when Black folks start pulling back their talent, their time, child, struggling. And we already seen what happened to Target. And we start pulling our money back, baby, they're gonna find out. See, what some white folks don't understand is this. Black people are a gift. Our ingenuity, our creativity, our brilliance. It's been the lifeline of this country. We've poured into it, even when this country gave us nothing in return.
Like, why do we say that like it's a badge of honor? Like our blood, sweat, and tears, we've given it to you so you can rule over us. Like, yeah, like we have that capacity to be that talented and all of that stuff, but why give it away so easily? That's not nothing to be proud of. Like it could be like, yo, you stole it from me. No, we gave this country and we're still fighting for this country and we still want to save democracy and all this ridiculous stuff. Like, why? That's what I don't understand is why do you want to give them your talents and your stuff and your blood and your time and your energy and your inventions and your mind and your creations and your invention, everything. Why do you want to give it to them? I don't understand.
And let's not forget our buying power. Our buying power hit over $1.7 trillion in 2023. Baby, that's not pocket change. That's why we see these corporations chase us when they need us. But the second they're done, baby, to the side. And that's why I don't care if Cracker Barrel puts a poster of Barack Obama up. Baby, I'm still not eating there. And I don't care if Carnival Cruises comes crawling back, talking about we love diversity. I see the game. I won't be back. And Target, let's me be real clear. The last step foot in that store was the last time, period. Y'all don't get to play in our faces. Use us when it's convenient, then toss us aside. Not anymore. Because above all, this country understands.
And to be honest, they probably can. They can probably do it again. But let's go with something positive, Cassidra. Check this out. First Black-owned shopping plaza. I'm not sure about the details and stuff, but let's check it out.
First Black-owned shopping plaza in Fayetteville, Georgia. It's called Kingdom Corners. This fits 7 different businesses owned by power couple Winchell and Felicia. They started out as a barber and a nurse, and now they've built a real estate empire. Not only do they own the shopping plaza, became franchise inside it, offering smoothies, protein shakes, and energy drinks. And with Felicia's nursing background, they opened a med spa called Cleansing Water, offering weight loss program. And this is one of 3 med spas she owns in Georgia. Inside the plaza, they also have Frida's Bar and Grill. This one was popular Mexican restaurants around, going viral for its huge drink. Also Southern.
Yeah, a damn Mexican restaurant in the Black-owned shopping plaza in Georgia. Anyway, let's.
Fire kitchen. This is a taste like your mama's cooking.
I've seen that.
I ain't want to say.
Is that a black? I said, is that a Mexican restaurant? What the hell? Did black folk make Mexican food?
I didn't want to say that. Cassidra, but
Oh, I was
damn.
gonna say something because I was like, I seen that shit. I said, why is a Mexican? Do you see any black restaurants in a Mexican plaza?
Lord,
That's what I need to ask. Why do we have a Mexican restaurant in an all black owned plaza? Tell me that. I don't see no black soul food owned by black people in the Mexican plazas. They got collard greens that they get. Black. They don't. They have our cultured food in their plazas, but they cooking it right. I was looking. I was like, well, is that a black? They were black Mexicans or something.
Or the black people that they just start speaking Mexican or Spanish or stuff.
What the
Like,
hell?
they the Spanish ones. They the ones from Spain. You can't have no black without the N, brown, and whoever. Lord, I ain't want to say nothing because.
Oh, I was gonna say something. I saw that. I was like, did we just see a Mexican restaurant?
Lord have mercy. This is supposed to be positive.
Oh, yeah.
Lord
Well,
have
I
mercy.
don't know how.
Turkey wings, fried chicken, and my favorite, the pasta. And you can't have a shopping plaza without having a nail salon. At Tanzer Nail Bar, you can get a manicure and pedicure. They're just not creating jobs and helping their community. They've officially made history.
All right, congratulations to them. Let's see what else do we got here.
Companies stop marketing. They business do bad. The reason for marketing is because you have to get the word out there.
What I'm saying is when you walk into a blacksmith and they say the food ain't this, their prices ain't that, and da-da-da-da-da, I ain't coming back to this, da-da-da-da-da. Listen to all of that rhetoric that's around that black business. We couldn't need white restaurant, whatever. You might have a bad experience. You're going back.
No, I understand.
The food might not want good that time, but you're going back. You ain't gonna go say, I ain't such this white company no more, but I ain't fucking with black-owned restaurants no more. You'll post. That type of stuff is like...
Again, that's because of the propaganda. But the more people realize that they're in this propaganda, the more that they're actually seeking and searching and trying to buy more black. These black companies are succeeding because there's a lot of people that are seeking this. And I'm saying that we are getting out of it. It's not going to happen. It's slowly but surely people are waking up.
Let's just say he didn't call it Junior. He just gave it some fancy name, his grandma name or some weird shit. And that was the name of the clothing brand. And he markets great, and we know he's going to push.
He still don't even. He still.
No, I'm saying if he did, let's just say if he did, we flock to it. No matter how much, because it don't have that stamp of approval by being a white name on it.
That's not true.
I don't see the big, what's black fashion? The most things we buy is beauty products, clothes, and music. What is the biggest beauty product that you just know off the top of your head that's black? The clothing label that you just know that is black, and the music label that you know is black. But these are the 3 biggest things that we got, and we spend so much money that we're like the Asian will be like the 7th richest nation in the world. That's how much we spend. But none of those are black. He got a company that and these, I mean, we don't give a fuck none of that. It said, when did a white man drop his new shit so we can go put that on and say, look at what we got, we trendsetters. No, you bought what the white man told you to put it on and made it look good because you know how to match, and they don't match.
Now that's an interesting conversation that they had, with the it's a interesting conversation that they had or whatever.
The viral Paleo Valley meats now
My
to
bad.
20% off. These are the most delicious meat sticks.
As soon as companies stop marketing.
Now, yeah, I don't know what you think about that. Now, this brother is saying, and this is a conversation for another time. He was like, first of all, he was like, yo, black people, we go to black businesses and post, oh, this black business wasn't this or wasn't that, but you can go in a Target or all of this other stuff and you're not doing the same thing. Now, I know people that do, you know what I'm saying? They'll leave a review and all that other stuff, but for some reason we'll go on and be like, oh, this is why I don't support black businesses, you know what I'm saying? But you can have just as bad of experience. And he's also saying, this brother, like that, the fact that we will buy a white brand just because it's white, you know what I'm saying? And they're making the money off of you wearing the brand, you know what I'm saying? But, I don't know if you had any thoughts about that though, considering.
You know what? He's right. I've seen where, because black businesses, some of them, they're struggling. They have nobody helping them with startup costs, and they didn't have a 500 year head start. So sometimes we have to give black businesses the benefit of the doubt. Okay, I've gone to black restaurants, and if I had something or seen something or had a meal that wasn't pleasant or wasn't up to par, you know what I did? I pulled them aside and I said, "Hey," because I remember one time I had a hamburger and it was on a truck, and it's at one of my rides. I do have a 3-wheel and I ride, right? So it was at one of our little rides. They had the little food truck out there, and the food was horrible. And I just put them aside. My hamburger was half done. I didn't get mad. I didn't, he said, "Hey, you want some?" No, I don't. I just want to let you know, you might want to, leave them burgers on there a little long. I didn't get upset. I wanted him to know just so it can improve, because maybe he didn't know. That's my brother. I want to see him succeed. I didn't, want another hamburger. I ate what I had. I didn't eat but I'm just, what I'm saying? I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and that's what we have to do. But I've seen black folk get online talking about another black-owned business, and I'm saying, when have we seen you do that to Walmart's? When have we seen you do that to Kroger's? When have we seen you do that to Victoria's Secrets? These are white-owned businesses. They treat you like crap every day, all day. Starbucks, Waffle House. We've heard about it, and you still will say we're going back, even though their food was not up to par. The service was not up to par. You got disrespected. Especially Denny's used to be bad for that. Denny's was horrible, right? But black folk, you see them in there all the time. They still go back. If I have a bad service from a white-owned establishment, I'm not going back. And I stick. That's my word. Seriously, that's my word. I don't care. I'm not going to tell you nothing. I don't give a damn. I'm just not going back. Seriously. And sometimes I'll walk out, right? If the service is that bad. But I see this with black folk all the time. We have to stop doing that. Let's give us benefit of the doubt. Get them a donation. Hey, this is going toward your menus, or this is going toward some food or something. Give them a little extra. Give them a tip. Do something. We need to be coming together to support our own. The same amount of money you give in Walmart's, we should have had our own black-owned neighborhood supermarkets in our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? That we can support, that we can finance, that everybody, if you had a product, you put it in the store, we support everybody who puts something in, get something out. But we don't think about doing stuff like that. We'll complain about Walmart's, but we'll take our black behinds to Walmart and the overcrowded, nasty store, nasty bathroom. We keep on going back, don't we? Food, chicken, half done. It's hard, it's cold, it's old, it's been laying out all day. We'll keep going back. ham high, you dry and they high, and and now you're looking at the onions. The onions look like they were rotten when they came off the truck, and they still selling them full price, but you still picking up them onions, cutting the bad part off, and still paying full price for it, right? But if they was black, you'd have something to say. We need to stop doing that. Let's start supporting our own. We have to. It's mandatory. So when I see people disrespecting our businesses online, I get on them. Hey, did you tell them? Why are you on here? Did you tell them? You go there and tell them first. You don't ever come out and do that to their businesses. You just jealous. Don't do that. That's hating. You a hater. Don't be a hater. You ain't no hater to Walmart, are you? You don't get them Indians that saying you don't do the Indians and Chinese like that who whoop on your behind when you go to the nail shop. Okay. Okay. You don't do them Indians like that. You don't do them Chinese like that when you go to them nail shops. And they be cutting your toenail and your toenail bleeding and they put your foot back in the water. No. Let's stop doing that. And I'll rest with that.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree 100% with that, Let's see. That's all facts, Because at the end of the day, if you don't get the theme, we control what we do with our own stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's important for us to, if we gonna be serious about it, right?
In Times Tuesday, we should have a suggestion box. I totally agree.
Yeah,
but
oh
I
yeah.
like to pull them aside. The manager, hey, where the manager at? And go in the corner and talk to them face to face because sometimes might be too much to write. But I do agree with the suggestion box. Absolutely. But you go to them, you don't go online and start talking about your brother like that. Give us the same benefit that you give them crackers. And I'll rest with that.
No, yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, suggestion box would be good.
That keeps me going. I want this place Black Mexico City's first Black restaurant. I didn't come to Mexico thinking that I was going to open a soul food restaurant. I actually came here and I was working a 9-to-5 job, producing podcasts, story.
Their own businesses at an unprecedented rate. I mean, we were already starting businesses at an unprecedented rate, but I feel like specifically the girls are about to really the businesses. And from one Black girl founder to another, I wanted to share some advice that I honestly wish I had someone tell me 10 years ago when I first ran. I am Kaya, I'm a musician, and I also run my own media company called Grown. And I think especially if you are a founder that's building like a creative brand, collective, or something that feels a little untraditional, like this.
All right, I'm not gonna play this because it's kind of long, So.
But I love it.
Yeah.
They're going to different countries starting businesses. I love it.
Right. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show,
Yeah, I love it. I'm doing it right now. I love it. You and I gonna talk about some things. We're gonna talk. Yeah. Because we can make some moves. And it's real good. So yeah, I love it. We're supposed to be going other places starting businesses. But go ahead.
Yeah, around the world, just like they start businesses where we at, and then send the money back to where we at.
Exactly. And we're doing this sometimes.
Yeah.
At least they do have help. They get grants, they get loans, they get everything. We have to go there and do piece by piece. But we make it happen. Yeah.
Opportunities for growth and stability. That's what a strong money mindset can do for Black families facing financial challenges. It starts with seeing money not just as a source of stress, but as a tool for building a better future. Moving away from thinking there's never enough money helps families today to improve tomorrow. Believing that wealth is possible through smart choices and consistent effort is key. For example, understanding that taking on a mortgage can be a strategic move for homeownership, rather than just debt, shifts how families view borrowing. Financial literacy plays a huge role in this mindset. Families who talk openly about money, budgeting, and saving create a culture of confidence. Regular family meetings about expenses and goals help everyone learn and grow together. Involving children early teaches them healthy money habits that last a lifetime. Building wealth also means using community and cultural practices.
Pooling resources for a home or investing in community land trusts can help overcome barriers like high housing costs or discriminatory lending. Planning for big cultural events like family reunions with celebrations joyful without causing financial strain. Starting to invest early, even small amounts, trains the mind to save and grow well. Using micro-investing apps or contributing to workplace retirement plans like a $52,000 or $529 plan helps families build wealth gradually. Accessing community financial resources like credit unions that understand Black borrowers' needs, formal support systems like gift letters, or family giving circles turn informal help into lasting financial strength. At lessons from Black economic history, like Black Wall Street, reminds families of the power of entrepreneurship, property ownership, and community reinvestment. Encouraging small businesses or side hustles creates income streams that can lead to long-term wealth. Even with challenges like limited venture capital, building businesses tailored to community needs strengthens economic roots. This mindset also involves seeing money as a way to create opportunities rather than a source of fear. It's about believing in your ability to learn, grow, and succeed financially. Families who adopt this education, collective strategies, early investing, and formal support, they understand that wealth building is a journey, not a quick fix. By shifting how they think about money, Black families can move past financial precarity and build a foundation for generational prosperity.
All right, so that's the AI for you, telling you what you need to do, as if you didn't know. But at the end of the day, Cassidra, we can only learn. If we don't learn the easy way, then it's going to be the hard way. And maybe this is the only way that we can return to what we were supposed to return to in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this was always destiny and it was meant to be this way because we didn't learn our lesson the first time. Well, the first time we seen the white girl in the cave, and I'm pretty sure she lied on that brother, you know what I'm saying, after he did whatever. And we didn't learn from the very first time, and we still haven't learned. So at some point, I don't know what to say. I don't know. You got any last words though, Cassandra, or to wrap up everything? What you think about all of that?
You know what? I love it. I wish more people would hear it. I wish more people was here so that we can do it as a collective and really be free. I wish people cared enough about their future, about delineation. That's what it's all about, is delineation. Totally. In every area, in every way. And not be so trusting of people who has shown you over and over and over and over that they don't like you. But we still will go to them and say, can you give me a glass of water? When they didn't cuss you out, they didn't stump you, they didn't did everything to show you, I don't want to be bothered, get away from me, go on your side of town, I stay on my side of town, and set us in. Let's do that. You go to your stores, you support your stores, we're going to support our stores, we're going to come together, we're going to build, we're going to do for self. Don't come over here for nothing. You come over here, we're going to handle our business. Instead of us doing that, we will literally go back over there. After we getting beat down, we'll go right back and sit at the same counter. Ain't that what they did at Woolworths? They got beat the hell down, went to jail, got spat on, and then told them to fix them a hamburger. You done gone bananas. Why, oh why would I want to eat after you, after all of that? That did what made sense about that? I cannot even fathom that in my brain. I don't know who or what they was thinking. That was strictly mental illness. You didn't spat on me. You didn't spat in my face. You didn't took me to jail. You didn't beat the hell out of me. You didn't split my head open. I'm bleeding everywhere. And I'm going to go right back and sit at that counter and say, fix me a hamburger. Fix me a drink. I wonder what they was eating. Just the thought of it just grosses me out. And we still doing it today. We still go to the all white restaurants way up there in the mountains. I'm not, but I've seen some black folk. I'm not eating there. I'm looking. Who in the kitchen? All white folk. They ain't eating there. You might be the only black person in the restaurant. I'm not eating there. I'm just saying. We have to care enough about us. We have to take our elders, the real elders, like Dr. Clyde Anderson. He's still around. Oh, but he's still around. And he's still singing that same song, and we still won't listen. That's the saddest thing, though. That's the saddest thing. That's the saddest thing. We still have some valid leaders and some that died, but their message is still here. That brother that was just talking, okay, before the show came on that you played, he already told us what to do. But you know, black folk are looking like, oh, he too radical. I ain't doing that. He too radical. We supposed to love everybody. God told us to love everybody. God told us to forgive. Shut up. Shut the hell up. He told you not to be a dummy too. And we still acting like we crazy. What would he say right now, looking at black folk? We're relying on these crackers and they didn't cut your food off for you and your babies. What you gonna do? Excuse me, what you gonna do now? What you gonna do? You're gonna look crazy when you go to that cupboard because you didn't plan, because you didn't stack your water. You didn't stack nothing for your babies to eat. So your cupboard is bare and you mad. What you mad about? They showed you how they felt about you. What you mad about? You be mad at yourself. You don't be mad at them. You be mad at yourself because you didn't prepare. You didn't make sure that this wouldn't happen to your babies. Your baby shouldn't go to that cabinet. They should be going to that closet that's full in your room because you had to put it in your room to keep them from eating it. Because you know, kids don't see it, they're going to eat it. You had to hide it. I got a little stash, y'all. It's all right. We're going to be okay. That's what I should hear black folks, black mamas, single mamas saying. I should hear these daddies say, come on over here. Daddy got you. But no, we mad. We finna go in the stores and steal some stuff. It shouldn't be at that point. It shouldn't be at that point. It should be at a point where I remember Bakari said he had some, food stocked up for the neighbors. That's what we should have been doing. Stocking up for the neighbors, stocking up for each other. So-and-so got the rice, so-and-so got the beans, so-and-so got the greens. He got the garden. He got the tomatoes. He got the onions. He got the, the chickens. He got the hogs. I don't eat pork, but I'm just saying, there's some folk out here he got the cow. You know what I'm saying? That's what we should have been doing. But we so individualized, we didn't even think about that. We mad. You should be mad. And hungry. You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. And I'm going to rest with that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'll just say, shouts out to Time to Work. I appreciate you for coming back, my brother. Much love to you. Shouts out to Matron in the building.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all subscribe to Matron. I think she's gonna have another reading tomorrow. Her books is real good, so you definitely tune in. Shouts out to Miss Karma 804. I definitely appreciate you being in the building. Thank you. And my last words, Cassidra, I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but I'm not gonna play the brother from the beginning, even though that should be the last words. But I think this is, I guess, something that people should listen to eventually. But I'm just gonna play like a second from it.
You got the level on that, Joe? Hey, how's this video coming through? Are the lights hot enough?
But I think it's big, really big, because it's bound to have a terrific impact on business. I'm talking about a new market, a big new market, millions upon millions of new prospects with $15 billion to spend. That's right, I said $15 billion. That's a lot of money, isn't it? The surprising thing is that it's a fresh market. It grew up so fast got so big in a hurry that few of us realize its scope. Now, these days, nobody's likely to pass up chances to sell. And yet, right here in our own front yard, there's a neglected market. There's money waiting to be spent. To get the story of this market, to be able to tell you the secret of selling the Negro, we did a lot of digging. We talked to leading businessmen, to customers, and to salesmen. We went to Washington, D.C. We set up cameras and other key points around the nation. And out of this all, there emerged a story, the story of a new market. In Chicago or New York, in Detroit, St. Louis, Los Angeles, any one of 1,000 cities and towns. All over the country, enjoying new prosperity. They have new interests, new standards of living, a buying power they've never enjoyed before. They're good types of goods and services. All too often, though, they're overlooked prospects. Why? Because of some good, valid reason. They're overlooked because of mistaken ideas, because of out-of-date ideas about how the Negro lives and how he bows to the matter.
All right, y'all can watch the whole thing if you've never seen it before, but you know, they figured it out, the art of selling to the Negro, and we have the art of spending our money and giving all away all our resources, you know. So we finance our own self-destruction. But we need to learn race idolatry because it's okay to say I'm black and I'm proud, you know. But as always, man, we have got to start standing for something or we going to keep falling for anything.
Peace, family.